Oh boy, another day of being Spider-Man. Hey, who is that? Oh, hello, Peter.
Gonna get sticky.
What's up, guys? Today we're doing a mod showcase in the Legends mod for 1.21. This is the second part of this mod showcase. In the first part, I showcased all of the DC stuff. This mod is the port of the Legends mod from 1.7.10, which I played with before. Before we jump back into the past recording, because I split them into two because it ended up being super long, let's just go over some of the stuff. First off, the ores: magnesium, bauxite, cassiterite, red diamond, platinum, ruby, sapphire, silicon, splatherite, tungsten, Ethereum, which is useful because all powered characters need Ethereum, titanium, and it can only be mined by diamond pickaxe or above, titanium, silver, bronze, palladium, uru, lunar, lightning, onite, nith, vibranium, gamma radiation, kryptonite, and x-kryptonite. And then there is titanium armor. Looks pretty cool. And then there is red diamond armor. Also looks pretty cool. And then there are a couple of weapons. They're just like generic weapons. We have throwing knives, which is one stick and one of whatever material it is. Throw it. Damage. We have red diamond tools. Pretty cool. And then we also have carbon steel katanas and shock gloves, which if I use right click, get them on, and give myself like zombie, and it gives me a little bit of punching. Sometimes, yeah, you'll get a little boost. And then also, there are 3 new mobs, symbiotes, which spawn from meteors and are needed for Symbiote Spider-Man, radioactive spiders, which are needed for Spider-Man, and piranhas, which Aquaman who was covered in the last episode. And then finally, the way you craft suits is you get the Book of Legends. So if I take off all of my armor, and I got the Book of Legends, basically, and then you take whatever materials you need. So this is what's needed for Black Widow. And you right-clicked it, and you went to Black Widow. You would go there, and you'd see you'd had all the materials, you'd mantle. We're not covering the crafting recipes for everyone, and like everything in here, just because this video is already gonna be long enough. But yeah, anyway, back to the past, where I covered all the suits. Alright, next up we have is Black Widow, and the first thing that Black Widow does is, give me your head, is she gives you boobies. So that's very important. But next up with Black Widow is we have, the first thing that we're going to show is utility, which is tactical gear, and you get a baton, and you get a gun, and I can shoot the gun. And then, but other than that, there's some abilities that use them, and then first up we have Widow's Bite. So if I were to get myself next up before it's loading, we have Covert Takedown, which is basically like a melee thingy. We have Widow's Bite. I don't know why that didn't hit. We have Splinter Kick. Let's not die. Okay, wait. Let me show you the Widow's Bite. Oh my god, why won't the abilities hit? We have Widow's Punch. Okay, that one hit. We have Splinter Kick. Okay. Oh my god, are you immune to Widow's Bites? We have the other Widow Bite, which is Shockwave. Yeah, that one hit you. We have Covert Takedown. Bullet Storm, which needs, obviously, your gun. Veil of Shadows. This one basically makes you invisible. And then Widowmaker. We can roll. We have an extra class, which is Widow Line, which you basically zip to things. Or an extra utility. We have an extra thing here, which is Escape Artist, which we can backflip. And then also we finally have our alt. Let's get a new Iron Golem. I'm just using Iron Golems because they're the tankiest. Which is Red Ledger. And basically makes a giant explosion and deals a lot of damage. So overall, yeah, pretty cool. Black Widow. And also, you can, like, attack his. Pretty cool. And boobies. Alright, the next character we have is Bullseye. And Bullseye's pretty cool. He is our first villain. And Bullseye, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to summon his weapons. We have his sai and his knife. And his sai can be, or his knife can be thrown like that. And then you can summon another one. You can see Bullseye doesn't do too much damage. Only 7, or only 12. But he is a long-range fighter. So the first thing that we have is we have Perfect Throw. You can basically throw your thing. We also have Ricochet Shot. And that one basically ricochets. We have Triple Deck. We have Evasion Shot, which you can basically throw and get back. We have Elbow Strike. We have Precision Strike. Let's get you guys. And you must have a weapon equipped for this one. We have Pin Down. Basically throw them like that. We can roll as our class ability. Then his other ability here is Dealer Execution. And then we have Deadeye Focus. And this is basically, Deadeye Focus is this one. Let me get into the first person. Is Deadeye Focus is basically, if I was to use this, well, first let's use our just ultimate. I'll show you the ultimate. Kill Shot Protocol. 1 card, 80 damage, very good. We can take off his helmet. But Deadeye Focus is basically what it does is it makes it so that if I was to, if I use this like that, I'm missing most of those. But if I use Deadeye Focus, it hits basically. It makes your like aim better, and while it's activated. So pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, that's Bullseye. Look at the weird little scar on his head. Alright guys, the next character we have is Captain America, and Captain America is pretty cool as well. The first thing that we are going to do, obviously, with him is we are going to summon our shield. And with this shield, you can block, you can throw it. Let me throw it. You can see it does more damage if you hit something with Cap's shield. Then, obviously, if you then hit him, there we go, just throw it. Obviously, block. Hit me. Doesn't do anything. First thing that we have, though, is we have Shield Strike. We have Shield Bash. We have Shield Slice. Charging Star, which you can basically steer. Rising Flag, which is basically like just in the middle. Vibranium Energy Saw. This one's very cool. You just throw it around. Super Soldier Slam. You gotta be in the air for. Blazing Saw Shield. Like throw it around. You can obviously roll. Then we have Adrenaline. This one basically makes your speed faster, your damage higher, and you reduce more damage. It's temporary. You can see I'm breathing heavy. And then finally, we can toggle our armor, and then obviously we also have our ultimate. For our ultimate, it is Freedom Charge. So if we do this, you can see we have the stars and stripes right behind us. And just makes it very powerful. I mean, everyone's killed like all of these Iron Golems. But yeah, that's Captain America. Alright, the next character that we have is Daredevil. And Daredevil is also very unique in that he will make you blind. But not really. Because obviously you can see with his thing. So you can see here that like the whole thing's like red, and I can see like hostile enemies, stuff in the corner, attention moving, and stuff like that. The first thing that you're obviously always going to do is you're going to summon your billy clubs, so you can use them, and you can see we can like really cool animations with them. You deal decent damage without them, but with them you can really combo. First thing that we have though is Righteous Cross, which is like that, an X in the middle. Then we have Vigilante Justice. The next thing that we have is Devil's Throw, because you can throw them, and you can also like block with them if you hold like that, right click. Devil's Chain, Devil Roundhouse, Devil Lack, and then the other one is Sweet Pummel. Objection, to like whirl those batons around. Then we have Sonic Pursuit. You gotta have him in sight.
You're on my radar.
And basically I can see his threat level, all sorts of stuff about him. Obviously his class is rolling. He has another utility, which is Adrenaline. So extra damage, speed, all of that. And then he has his armor. You can take off his armor. He has voice lines.
I demand a retrial.
And then finally, his ult is his ult from Marvel Rivals.
Let the devil out!
So pretty cool there. And obviously you can see like presences near you, all of that stuff. You can see like down there in the caves below, and you can like see what time it is and stuff like that in the bottom corner. So very cool, and very sick model as well. The next character that we have is Green Goblin, and Green Goblin is also very cool. He has his glider with him. But before we get into that, what you're going to showcase is Bag of Tricks. So the first thing that you can do with Green Goblin is his Bag of Tricks, and let's start with basically the quintessential Pumpkin Bomb. Nice damage, and you can see I can heal and deal good damage. We have our Psychedelic Bombs. That one does a little bit of like infection. We have our Toy Frog. We can throw that. It basically creates like an electric area. Our Ghost Bomb. Our Razorbat Homing. And this one basically, if I like throw it slightly to this, like to there, if we can, it will home on to him. And then we have our regular Razorbat. And then we have our Knockout Gas. Maybe that doesn't work on Iron Golems because they're not living. Next thing that we have is we have our Shock Gloves. You can see. And then we also have... No, not the Bag of Tricks, not the Bag of Tricks. Our Glider Turrets. We have our Goblin Slam. And we have our... Okay, that's all. So the thing that we're going to do is your utility is we're going to summon our Glider. And when we're on our Glider, we can use a lot more abilities. So first up, we have the Goblin Turrets. Next up, we have... Where's my Glider? The glider's a bit buggy sometimes. There we go. Next up we have our Gobweb Cannon. Oh, now I get the... Okay, this one's weird. It's gonna say I'm on the glider when I'm not. I don't know why. But we also have... We have the Gobweb Cannon, this will basically... If it would hit, because I'm not on the glider, it says I'm on the glider, but I'm not. Now I'm on the glider. This thing's glitched. It's weird like that. Okay. We have Ultimate, which is Goblin Great Terror. He throws a bunch of those. Pumpkin Bombs. Okay, glider assist, which basically summons in a glider. So do a spiral skewer. Okay, now I'm not on it, but that's what it, okay, now it goes. Now it goes and it counts us as on it. It's weird like that sometimes. We also have the Gobweb Cannon, which basically shoots Gobweb. I don't know what that is. That looks disgusting. We also have the Rocket Blast, basically shoots you forward. Homing missile. Goblin Trident, which can be thrown. And we also have Spiral Skewer. Okay, we did that. And obviously you can toggle your mask. But yeah, overall, that is the Green Goblin. And then he's called Goblin Dread, which basically gives him a buff, but not enough to take on the Iron Golem. Alright guys, so as I was saying, the Goblin Dread, basically what it does is it gives you, it makes it so you attack with both hands. Okay, I don't know why my thing just came to me, but the perfect time to show you the Spiral Skewer, where you can like go through things. But yeah, that's basically the Green Goblin. Pretty cool. And you can do your iconic laugh. Hopefully they'll finish his, fix his like glider soon. But yeah, overall, Green Goblin. Alright, next up we have is Hawkeye. And Hawkeye is also, don't sleep on Hawkeye. Hawkeye's pretty cool. So the first thing that you're going to want to do with Hawkeye is you're going to want to go and equip his weapons. And he has a katana, which you can block with. And he has his bow. And his katana can do a couple of cool things with it. First off, you can jump, slam ground. You can parry stance. So if I go like this, and then if I go like, it will hit him back. I can down strike. Let's not die. And overall, I can charge slash. And basically do a bunch of cool things. Next up that we have is we have his bow, which right now you can see. First off, well, let's first off do his crescent slash, which is very cool attack. But with his bow, and right now his bow is loaded in with an explosive arrow. I don't know why, but let us just select for his bow. Let's first off do a normal arrow, and with his normal arrow, oh wait, I gotta select it first. With the normal arrow, even the normal arrow is pretty strong with Hawkeye. That's 10 damage. But you can also select Explosion Arrow, which obviously we just saw. You gotta select again. This is something that always tricks me out. Then we have Nanite Pulse Arrow, which basically knocks him back like that. We have Burst Shot Arrows. Again, I gotta... Where's... we have Implosion Arrow. And I'm not sure what that does. I'm not sure if, like, it implodes on the ground. Okay, yeah, there it is. Pulls him towards it. And then we have Taser Arrow. Stuns him for a bit. And then we also have the Grapple Arrow, which... Let's get that one out. Pretty cool. But also we have some other specialized arrows. We have Adamantium. So let's do an Adamantium arrow. How much damage does this thing do? 40 damage. Flashbang. Pretty cool. We can do... Let's get a flashbang again. It's random when you do the random arrows, specialized arrows. Smoke. I know there's a couple more. Incendiary. Adamantium. Let's see. Do we get a couple more? him. Oh my god, I think that just made it worse. And then I know there's a freeze arrow when I was testing with him earlier. Flashbang. But we can test some more. We have cluster arrows. Basically, this makes you shoot multiple for a short amount of time. Where is the switch? Okay, wait, yeah, it's loading. Shuriken Blitz. This one's pretty cool. You throw some shurikens. We have Relentless Assault. And then we have ourselves, we can obviously roll. We can, let's use another specialized arrow, see what we got. Flashbang again. We can do hypersonic arrow. And then finally, we can do, for our other ult, we have Archer Vision. So let's say if I selected normal arrow. Just a normal arrow. And if I was to use... If I was to use my Archer Vision... wrong button. Light. If I was to lock in with this thing on my arch, you know, I'll just use my Nightstorm arrow right now. Finally, we have our ult, which is the Nightstorm arrow. And the thing about Archer Vision is what it does is it will do it so that if I am locked onto this thing, I can't leave. So I basically have auto aim, and I kind of wanted to leave there. Alright guys, we're back, and on the way back I got another specialized arrow, which is the rocket arrow, which you can see. Let's see, do we get another one? Incendiary. Yeah, so he has a bunch of specialized arrow. Overall, Hawkeye is very cool. So yeah, that's Hawkeye. Alright guys, we're back, and the next one that we have is Homelander. Yes, they have more than just Marvel and DC, and I have not watched The Boys, but I know who Homelander is. The first thing that we have is heat vision. So if we go like that, it basically won't stop until you stop it, so I can stop it there. Then we also have heat glare. This isn't really I don't know what heat glare does. It just makes my eyes red. It makes me look like I'm high. Next up we have is lobotomize, and basically, why can't I lobotomize you? Can I only lobotomize humans? You can see my mana is going down. Next thing that we have is chest burst. There we go. And I hit you, and it basically does more damage on that one hit. I assume lobotomize is the same way, right? I think that's what it did. Next ability that we have is rush. Basically carry something with you. Oh, that's what lobotomize does. It's electric. Okay, that makes sense. It's a fire. It's not fire. It's heat vision. Okay, I was thinking it was a physical attack. Next ability that we have is Sonic Scream. Also, he has heightened perception. So basically, it makes it slower, faster. And then our ultimate, we have our class, which is block. Utility, which is enhanced senses. We have microscopic vision. We have telescopic vision, X-ray vision, and super hearing, which like shows you their sound waves. And then finally our ultimate is, let's spawn another Iron Golem for good measure, is Incinerate. And I don't know why there wasn't any cool light effects there, but you can see it incinerated them pretty well. Then he also has a soundboard.
You're not the real heroes. I'm the real hero.
Yeah, I'm the real hero. Homelander's a hero if you guys haven't watched The Boys. Yeah. But yeah, that's Homelander. Next up that we have is the Hulk, and the Hulk, you can see he's not showing up there, but he is here, the Hulk, because when you transform into the Hulk the first time, you turn into Bruce Banner. And you don't really seem to have any super cool abilities until you Hulk out. So his utility, or his armor ability is Hulk out. And basically now you can see that I am the Hulk, and I deal 21 damage a punch. But also, other than just regular punches, I have a couple other things. So I have Impact Punch, which I go like that. We have other things like Gamma Bombard. And you can see in the bottom right, that is the like gamma radiation. When you charge it up more, like through anger and like physical contact and stuff like that, you can do more damage, and there's an ability which we'll get to later. Next up that we have is radioactive lockdown. I can't hit these when I'm like this. Okay, I did hit you. Next thing that we have is Gamma Thunderclap. That's actually one that you can hit easily, and I want to show you what it does. Radioactive lockdown. I don't think Hulk ever like shoots beams except in Marvel Rivals. There we go. Where's his fist or his clap? Thunderclap. There we go. Next ability we have is Hulk Smash. We also have Tectonic Smash. Or we have Tectonic Fury. Overall, that did like 70 damage. His class ability is Leap. So basically, you can let go, and you can leap into the sky, all above the clouds. His utility is Raged Frenzy. It makes him stronger and charge up better. His other things are Rubble Smash. Smash and Rubble. And Rampage, which is basically rock around and rampage into things. And then Hulk has two ultimates. So first one is World Breaker, where you go like ultimate, and you start dealing lots of damage, shockwave damage, more hits per damage, and your thing gets raged out. And the other one, which while we're charging, I can show you, which will be, let me just game of creative just so I don't die to these iron golems. Basically, once you charge it up, and you don't need to charge it up, but it's better if you do, the more gamma energy that you have, once the other ult is charged up. So let's use Rage Frenzy, get all that gamma radiation. And you can see I'm gamma radiation, I'm dealing more damage per hit. And once that is done, you'll be able to see. Okay, it's taking a little bit longer to load. I don't want my gamma radiation to run out. But it is basically a complete explosion. It's called Gamma Nuke. And the more gamma that you have in the bottom right, the better it is. And it will change you back to Bruce Banner, but it will deal massive amounts of damage, and then you basically have to wait like 30 seconds before you can become Hulk again. But overall, Hulk, another one of my favorite guys from this mod. Very cool. Alright, the next character from the mod is Iron Man, and Iron Man is also very unique. So let's jump in, and the first thing you'll notice about Iron Man is he has a HUD bar similar to Batman Beyond. So the thing about Iron Man, also if you're wondering why it's not night, the mod's glitched and it just makes it always time set day. But the first thing that we have is the repulsor beam, and basically you'll see you have energy in the left hand corner that will drain when you use your abilities. We have repulsor blast, which is just 10 damage quickly. Our class ability is thrust, so you can basically thrust really fast. And then you have secondary weapon systems. The first thing that we have is we have our smart micro guns. And the next secondary weapon system that we have is missiles. The next thing that we have is micro missiles. We have, what is that thing called again? Ring of micro munition missiles. And then we have lasers. I don't think I hit there. Wait, excuse me for a second. Let me laser you. There we go. And then we also obviously have flares. Just like flares. Yeah, they do some damage. That guy just got set on fire. Wait, if we get behind us. Get behind us. There you go. You can set them on fire. I was testing on villagers earlier. Next thing that we have is we have ourselves the power thrust. We also have the unibeam. Basically kill everything. And you can see it's draining my energy. I can use all of my energy on this. But then now I'm out of energy. Next thing that we have is the power. Oh, and now I went systems on dark. Okay, wait. No, there we go. Next thing we have is the power dive. We can also do a unibeam blast if you don't want the continuous unibeam. Next thing that we have is armor overdrive. So basically, this makes it. This makes your armor stronger. We can also obviously toggle the faceplate. And we can also transform our armor, and that will turn me back into myself.
Systems online.
Next up we have the pulse cannon. This is very good, so let's just do it. You can see 90 damage. Very, very good. Very good. And I can just hit him once. We also have some armor capabilities. We have change energy output, which we can change it to a balance setting. To damage, which basically will make damage better, but like lower defense. Durability. And speed. So if like you're in the middle of traveling. We also have our repulsive shield. We have lock on, which basically
Displaying now.
makes it so I can lock on. So even if I like miss him, okay, well maybe not completely. Wait, if I like miss him, it still hits him like that. But like not if I miss like all the way over there. EMP pulse, which I'm pretty sure is only useful against like other players. I'm not really entirely sure what it did. And then we have scanner sweep, which I can like scan, and it'll scan what's here.
Scan complete.
Rabbit, 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 cow. So overall, pretty cool. You have Jarvis. You have all sorts of things. Very cool. You can be like your own little Iron Man. I am Iron Man. Wish he had voice lines. Alright, next up we have is Moon Knight. And Moon Knight is very cool. With Moon Knight, basically, you get night vision. He's Moon Knight. And we have, first off, is our lunar arsenal. So the first thing that we have is we have the crescent dart. Let me eat a golden apple again. I wish it was fun with full health here. You can see I deal some extra damage. We have a crescent dart. We have our explosive crescent dart. We have our scarab. We have our boomerang. This one will come back as well. Come back, boomerang. Maybe it only comes back in a minute. Okay, there we go. Our throwing iron. Our blow dart. Which you can see you blow it with the animation. Okay. There we go. Accidentally clicked my class, which is Endure. And then finally we have our throw Ankh. As you can see, we throw the Ankh. He's like sucked in. And I think the Ankh makes you stronger. Or something. I'm not sure exactly what the Ankh does. Yeah, it drags him towards it. Next thing that we have is we have Lunar Strike. We have Lunar Whirlwind. We can also equip our weapons. We have the Truncheon, which can be like thrown like that, but the Truncheon can also then be made into a staff, and nunchucks, and a taser, and a grapple. So I'm not even sure, like, it's all these things in one. And you can see different, like, animations. We tase someone. I'm just making them regular truncheons. Next thing that we have is we have Vengeance Burst. Wait, oops, wrong way. Wait. We also have Crescent Kick. We have Vengeance Burst. We have Silver Truncheon Onslaught, which obviously you need the truncheon for. Random BS Go, that's a funny reference. Healing Aura activated just by using the Golden Ankh. Silver Cestus. Which this one gives you basically, allows you to use both truncheons at once while you're using it. I don't know what it does. I think it's what it does. Yeah, basically this allows you to go like two-handed on them. And then our class is Endure. He has another utility, which is Conchu Prayer, which you must hold it on. Basically, Conchu's Blessing. You can take that off.
Consider yourself lucky I took my meds today.
And then finally, we have for our ultimate special disintegration. This one. Oh my. They're just all dying due to my immense aura. But his ultimate's very cool. You summon Conchu. It basically kills everything near you. But yeah, that's Moon Knight. Alright guys, a couple other things you can do with Moon Knight. You can throw this Ankh. It basically sucks things in. And then you can also reveal entities if you shift right click. So once it's ready, let's see. It reveals entities for you. So that's pretty cool. And it heals you and enhances your vision. So overall, yeah, that is Moon Knight. Alright, next up we have is the Prowler. And the Prowler, basically he is very cool. He's a lot like Batman Beyond. Actually, I don't know why I said that other than he has a jet. But basically with the Prowler, the first thing that we have is we have our Gauntlet Slice. And as you can see, we deal more damage. We're pretty fast. Okay, I don't know why that completely missed. What? Wait, okay. Excuse me? Excuse me? Wait. There we go. We also have Femmunic Gauntlet, which basically allows you to shoot a laser. And I can't believe I missed that. Jet Burn, which let me... I keep missing all my attacks. Some of them don't allow you to steer you that well. Jet Burn, which you basically kick and get back. Let's use our laser now. There we go. We have Gauntlet Choke. You can choke someone. Condensed Air Blast. I keep missing my attacks, man. Gauntlet Darts. There we go. This will spawn a bunch of villagers, so I can't miss. Condensed air blast. Prowler ambush. You get invisible, and then you basically come back visible and attack someone. Jet dash. We can toggle our helmet. I am black. Initiative scatter shot. Let's see. There we go. And then we have utilities, which is Prowler technology. We have jet boots. You can basically use to fly. We have microscopic vision. And then cleansing fluid, which will basically heal you of poisons. So if I was poisoned. And then finally, we have our ultimate. Spawn a bunch of things. Fuminic strike. So very cool. Do like almost 80 damage. So yeah, that's the Prowler. Alright, next up we have is the Shockwave. Alright, next up we have is the Shocker. And the Shocker is also very cool. He is a pretty cool villain. It's pretty neat to be added so early. But the first thing that we have is Vibrational Blast. So you can see, we can go like that and hit him like that. We have Concussion Bolt. We have Shockwave Salvo, which is pretty cool. You do some leaps, and then that. We have Vibro Smashers. Shockwave Leap, which is a pretty cool leap move. Then we have Shield. We have Subsonic Blast. We can use utilities, which is Kinetic Overload. That just makes you basically stronger. We can toggle our helmet. Nice beard. Where's the reconnaissance block? That's another one he does. And then finally, we have our ultimate vibrational shockwave. Oh my goodness, wait, I died. Alright guys, we're back. Died there. But then finally we have is vibrational shockwave. And you can see that did a lot of damage to all of them. So, very cool, and that's the Shocker. Alright, the next one that we have is Speed Demon, and I'm gonna be real, I have no clue who this guy is. But he seems pretty fast. He is called the Speed Demon. And then the first thing that he'll have is he'll have his Whiplash Barrage. And you can see that. Then next thing he has is he has Vortex Spin. That's pretty cool. It's sucking things in from pretty far away. Next thing that we have is Vortex Trap. We have Phase Crash. And basically wherever you come out, you attack. Obviously he has Heightened Perception. Most of these guys that are speedsters have Heightened Perception. His class is Vibe Step. You can toggle his armor on and off. Let's see. Wait. Let's do his Incendiary After Image, which basically makes a big one that blows up. And then we also have Whirlwind, similar to Flash. So very cool there. And then we also have some utilities. Vibrate. And then we have Adrenal Overdrive, which makes you even faster. I think he popped some steroids or something. I don't know what he did. And then finally, we have our ultimate, which is Sonic Detonation. So I don't know if he just blew himself up, but that dealt a lot of damage. But yeah, that's Speed Demon. Alright, the next one that we have is Spider-Man, and Spider-Man is also very cool. So the first thing about Spider-Man is that he's very fast, very strong. And basically, if you get close to me, okay, I don't know why my spider sense did not warn me of you, but basically, spider sense will warn you about things sometimes, just like with Spider-Man, yeah, sometimes it works. Okay, but first thing that we have is we have our web swing. So if we swing all the way up there, we can swing. Woo 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 woo. Fly through the air like you just can. And the web swing's a little bit hard to get a hold of. Like in the Insomniac games, he kind of aims for you. And then it just went through there. But overall, pretty cool. And you can double jump, get some height. Next thing that we have is that we have our web gadgets, though. And the first web gadget we have is just our web shot. And that does 5 damage. Then we have our impact web. That one did 20 damage. Oh my god. No. We have our web bomb. So if we're like... it webs them all up. We have our trip mine. And that will web them there. We have our concussive blast. I don't really get how this has to do with a web, but whatever. Wait. Then we have our electric web. And then finally, we have our spider bots. This is basically based off the Insomniac games. Yeah, and he's webbing them up for me. Okay, next thing that we have is we have our spider uppercut. And then we have web zip. So web zip's cool. So first off, I can web zip 2 things. But also, if I place this thing here, and we can use spider kick. Okay, well I didn't hit it there, but if I hit him with it, I can web zip basically him and attack him with it. And then we also have web yank. And I will pull him towards me and attack him. Let's do spider kick. Then we have web fist. Deal some nice damage. We can roll. We can use Rexall. That was very cool. We can take off our mask.
Spider-Man,
Play a theme song.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins
We
a
have
web
some spider
any size,
capabilities.
catches thieves just like
Spider
flies
sense
go down.
basically shows you
Here
what
comes
things
the
are.
Spider-Man.
And then web shield,
Is he strong?
which will allow you to walk
Listen,
in.
bud. He's got radioactive blood. Can he
So-
swing from a thread? Take a look overhead. Hey there.
And then finally that we have is our ult.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
You can obviously see they took a lot of inspiration from Marvel Rivals, and then they're all webbed up and you can use them really easily. So yeah, overall, that's pretty cool, and that is Spider-Man. Alright, the next one that we have is Spider-Man 299, Ben Reilly, and this is, Ben Reilly's Scarlet Spider? I don't remember, honestly. But this guy is pretty cool, he's from the future, and basically you can swing with him too. Pretty cool. Woo! Alright, and then he has his spinneret. So the first one that he has is similar web shot. But then he has web torpedo. Then he has web cocoon. Which basically just cocoons them up in webs. We have recoil strand. I think that one went through all of them, right? Yeah. We have web punch. Which basically makes your punches better. And I can web them up. And then we have blinding web. He doesn't seem very blind to me. And then we have web bullets. And that one looks really good. We also have Talon Strike. Very cool. The custom animations in this are very cool. We have web zip, which obviously can just be used to zip. It can also be used to attack. We have Astral Kick. We can use web yank if I don't miss it. We have accelerated attack. It's cool, and it basically froze him in place, kind of. Oh, he wasn't frozen. We have decoy strike. We can roll. Let me use my web yank. Why did spawning a new thing attack me? Do they just know what I'm doing to the iron golems? We can take our helmet off. We can use our... Wait. Where's this theme? Oh, yeah, that theme was cool. Yeah, let's use this. I don't know why the web yank's not working. But you guys saw it earlier. And then finally, we have some spider capabilities before we head to the alt. We have our telescopic vision. We have time paradox. This one's really cool. It basically like slows other things down, similar to height perception. And then we have accelerated vision. This basically will allow you to like dodge attacks. So very cool there. And then finally that we have is, there we go, dodge that attack. We have is ultimate accelerated decoy, which we can crouch for decoy. So very cool there. Run, Ben Reilly. But overall, yeah, Ben Reilly is pretty cool, and yeah, it's Spider-Man 299. The next thing that we have is Symbiote Spider-Man. This one is also very cool. He has a bunch of different constructs that he can make. And as you can see, the first thing that we have is we are just a symbiote. And you can see he has something in the right corner, which is like his rage. But the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to armor. Okay, did I double click it or? And the first thing, obviously the same, is web sling. Whee! But that's where this differences start. First off, let me get a golden apple so I don't die. First difference is he has different web constructs. So the first thing that we have is tentacle shot. Similar to the regular one, just black. But then we have symbiote punch. So very cool there. Symbiote grab. Grab things towards you. We have tendril strike. We have tentacle arms. That was like the trigger one that you can then use. Then we have symbiote darts. And I didn't press anything there, I just like auto dodged. We have symbiote snare. And then it basically exploded. Next thing that we have is tendril spike. And you can see my rage is increasing. We have symbiote bomb. We have symbiote yank. We have symbiote strike. Our class is symbiote dash. Then we have symbiote blast. We have some utilities. One of them is camouflage. Symbiote rage, which basically makes you stronger. And then also, obviously, spider sense. We have symbiote remnant. And then we have two ults with the symbiote. We have area of engagement. And then symbiote surge, which this one will use basically all the rage you've collected. And throw it all out. And then let's see quickly our socials. Where's this theme? Oh, I want to have the funny music that Peter's playing. But still, pretty cool there. And Anderson, but we'll be back when the ultimate's ready. Alright guys, we're back. The ult's ready now. And basically with Symbiote Surge, let's show it. Now basically you become super strong, and you use up all your symbiote energy. But basically just shredded through those guys. But yeah, that is Spider-Man Symbiote. Alright guys, we're back, and the next one that we have is Thor, and Thor is very cool. Again, the alternate one will give him Stormbreaker, but the video is going to be long enough. And Thor deals lots of damage, so we can see he's at 6-7 right now, 43. First thing that we can do with Thor is we can summon Stormbreaker, or Mjolnir, and even without Mjolnir, we can do our first ability, which is Lightning. And with Mjolnir, you can throw it, you can fly. Next ability is Hammer Spin. And then we also have next ability, which is going to be Lightning Strike. We also have Lightning Vortex. And we have Storm Striker. We have Warrior's Fury. This makes you stronger. Attack with lightning. And it's like a boost. Next thing that we have Lightning Tornado. Our class ability is we block. Our armor ability is we can take off our helmet. Warrior's Fury, you can basically have it last as long as you want with your mana ability. Our social, let's see.
For Asgard!
You can do for Asgard. And his ult, he has again 2 ults. First one is God of Thunder. That dealt lots of damage there. And then we will check out the other ult once I am charged up. Alright guys, we're back. And now we can check the other one, which is God Blast. Which basically surrounds you and deals massive amounts of damage. So yeah, that is Thor. Another really cool one. A lot of unique abilities. Yeah, that's Thor. Alright guys, that's where we're going to end off the video. If you like this video, smash like and subscribe. The mod will be linked down below in the description. Check it out. These guys have been working on like modding for a while, back from like Superheroes Unlimited. But yeah, comment down below what games you think I should play, and if you want to see me showcase any mods, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.